Shomane.
This is my show.
Right. Sensei ni. Right. Senpai ni. Right.
And before we start, can I have everyone Seiza? So, you're not here all the time anymore, but you've been doing the work. You keep coming back. We can't get rid of you. You keep on coming back. So today, I would like to promote you to the right team. What it says is this person has been initiated into the art and science of Hawaiian Jiu-Jitsu. Ryu was founded by Professor Henry Seicho Okazaki, and the teachings have reached us through his student, Professor Siegfried Kufra. I entrust you now with the responsibility to strive for excellence of technique, purity of intent, perfection of character, and spirit of art and determination. So go on to your hard work and determination. Now promote you to the rank of the
Thank you.
Okay, that's what And let's see your face a little bit.
Everything over to you guys.
All right, sweet, awesome. You guys usually do warm-ups this direction?
We can do it anything you want to do.
Sweet. All right, let's start on that side. All right, so there's a weird way that you move in Katame no Kata, which is on your knees. So for some of you, this is going to be great. Others of you with knee problems, this is going to suck. It's this weird kind of thing where you're kind of like moving like this. So yeah, 3 lines. Let's go.
Live toe,
Yeah.
live toes.
Left toe, left toe, left toe. Just one time. Second head through. Backwards.
That's hard on your toes.
Yeah. All right, big circle. The next one is a weird acrobatic kind of move. At the beginning of Katame no Kata, you bow, and you step out, you come down to one knee, and then you move into this motion, this kind of presentation position known as Kyoshi. If you had your sword on this side and you drew your sword, you might chop off your leg. From this position, Uke lies down. It's a weird lie down move. So, right hand comes out in front, leg swings through and down. To get back up, set up, hand comes behind, leg swings back, and up. Weird, huh? So, yeah, grab yourself some position, grab yourself some space. If you don't have enough space, feel free to move in, move out, etc. Yeah, exactly.
You only use one hand, not two.
Yeah, it's just the right hand. Everything is right-sided. Remember, this is like old Edo period Japan. You're either right-handed, or if you're left-handed, they're chopping it off.
So it's
Right?
right knee up, right hand.
Yeah, left knee down, right knee up. Right hand is coming down. Right foot is passing through behind you,
Other right.
and bam.
And we don't take that much.
No. And then
There you go.
almost sit up. Right hand comes behind you. Foot swings all the way back and into that upward position. Kyoshi. If anybody's seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, Kyoshi Warriors? Yeah? Cool. Yeah, Kyoshi Warriors, right? Yeah. Cool. Alright, let's get into the first form. Cookie. So, with all katas, you're starting on both sides. You bow. You take 2 steps in, 3 steps in, kind of. It's left, right, and set. So left, right, set. From here, it's always left knee down. And then from here, we're going to the Kyoshi position. The uke is going to take one of those little weird jostle steps forward to move into the center. If one doesn't take it, they'll do 2. From here, they're going to do that swing motion. From here, the first form is going to take place from the side. So I'm going to have everybody move over to this side to see it. Okay. So I'm recording all this. We're going to move through this all super fast. And I'm not going to do this in order because otherwise we're going to take up way too much time. So if you guys have questions, you'll be able to reference that video. I'll link it to Hans, and Hans will be able to link it to everybody else. Okay? So from here, up 45 degrees, starting off on the right foot. From here, down, Kyoshi. This is the Toma position, or the far position. It's usually about 5 feet. In the Chikama position, or the near position, again, you guys don't need to know any of these terms. You'll be able to reference it. This is the near position. This is kind of the photo op starting position. Okay? The first form is a pin. The first pin is Keisagatame. Nowadays we call it Kuzure Keisagatame, but when this was done, it was known as Keisagatame. So it's called Keisagatame. From here, we move close. This arm is brought to our side. Grip underneath. If you need to see, come close. You can come as close as you need to. Gripped at the tricep. Knee comes down. This hand is going to come underneath the armpit. What they're looking for is this grab at the shoulder. Underneath, knee down. Knee down, side of foot down. Come on around. Kata has a lot of little fun secrets in it. If you guys are doing this pin, you may have some people that tell you to do the pin with your foot here, or to push off on the person. If you have your foot up like this, when they shrimp in, they can actually encircle that leg. They can tie up that leg. By putting the foot down, even if they try to shrimp in, they try to tie up that leg, they actually cannot get to the leg. So a fun little secret that you learn from the kata position. This is how they want to see it during kata. Kashiwazaki would say to take the hand and turn it this way, to have a supported block. Good for competition, not for kata form. Here. Okay? Good. While I'm here, we're just going to go straight to the second one. We'll have you guys try both 1 and 2, and then we'll go to 3 as well, because they're all in this position. We'll go straight to have you guys try all 3 of those. So, any questions on that? Okay. Okay, come back right here.
And you always come to her right side, start on her right side.
Yeah, everything is right-sided. Everything in Katame no Kata is right-sided. Everything is right-sided at this face. Nothing is left-sided in this kata. The next is Katagatame, or shoulder lock. This one, you're going to take this hand. We're going to place it across the face. Sorry, let me make sure that I'm grabbing this correctly. Both hands downward, pushing it across the face. Both hands need to be across the face. This leg is going to come in next to the hip, outward. This hand we want to bring palm down underneath the head. Go ahead and come on around here so you guys can see. Keeping pressure on the back of the tricep so that I don't get elbowed in the face. Replace with your head. Hand coming in. Hooray for me grip. What they're looking for is a straight leg here. Do not bend the leg. Straight leg. Hooray for me grip. Questions? All of these katas, as you go in, the same way you come back out. Good?
So after each pin, we put our arm back down.
Yes, you replace it exactly the same way, you come back out in the exact same way. Just like an uchikomi.
Do we move back and then back in, or you stay there?
For Katame and Kata, you stay in this chikama position. For the third pin, you actually are coming over from the top. We're going to skip to pin number 4 because pin number 4 comes back over here. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 4 because that way we can do them all in this spot because we're short on time. Okay?
For the uki, what's the expectation of, like, for kata, like with the legs, like is there
It's rigid and dumb. We stay like this. One hand on the hip. We're straight and one leg is up.
Okay.
One hand at this. We're here. We're laying. We have one hand on the hip. We have the one hand. The one leg is up. The one leg is down. The one leg or the one arm at like the 15-degree angle, and we're always coming back to being replaced in the original position, unless we're repositioning for other techniques.
Okay, let's talk about actually during the pin. Once the pin is on and the pin is clinched, uke will try to make 3 escapes. The escapes must be linked in nature. They don't have to be specific escapes. So if you know escapes from Danzanru, you are allowed to use those escapes. They do not need to be judo escapes. They do not need to be specific escapes. They can be escapes that you know, but they must be linked. Okay? So, for instance, when we are here, and I have taken her and we have moved into Katame, at this point, in kata, we clinch, she will start to escape. We then sink back. We then move back into our position. We then move into the next pin. So there is some live play that's happening during the kata. So there are 3 escapes that you will be trying, and they can be any 3 escapes that you know.
These are just holds and not submissions. So
You can absolutely try submission escapes. So arm lock escapes, choke escapes, you can absolutely try those.
At the same time, it is still a kata.
Yeah.
You guys are making each other look good. You're not pumped.
In fact, the typical second escape, untrue. The typical first escape in Katame no Kata is an attempted shoulder lock. So, yeah, you absolutely can try those. The fourth pin, typically what happens is from pin 3, or pin 2, when you go to pin 3, we move back, we come up, we go back to this side, and then we're going to our third pin. So our third pin, from here, we're going into Kame Shihōgatame. Should we just continue in order?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, let's continue in order. So, Kame Shihōgatame. Kame Shihōgatame, from Kame Shihōgatame, what we're looking for, of course, you're starting here in your Kyoshi position. Come down to knees. What we want to see is palms down. To the belt. Knees in tight. Dead toes. This is the starting position for Kame Shihō. Head turned to the side. Again, 3 escape tries from uke. Then reposition to this point. Back to Kyoshi. Back to Kyoshi. 4th pin. Back to Kyoshi. Kyoshi, again, this position is Toma, Chikama. The 4th pin, Yoko Shihōgatame. To the side, knee in, weird arms here. Belt passed to the hand. Hand underneath to the lapel, pulling the lapel downward. Head to the side, feet out. Yeah, not really my preferred way of doing it either, but the Katame no Kata way of doing it. Yeah. So, again, after the 3 escapes from uke, reposition here, put uke back how you found them, back to the Chikama Kyoshi position. Finally, what I think is kind of the creme de la creme of pins, and really the gold nugget in the Katame no Kata, the last pin. So we come back, Kyoshi, then Toma, Chikama, and then to the side. So we had 2 from the side, 1 from the top, another from the side, and now from the top side. This is Kuzare Kame Shiho Gatame. Honestly, what I think is probably the best pin in judo, and one that is the least seen, meaning that it is the least operated against, one that people don't get a lot of practice against. So here's how this works. Underneath the arm, grabbing at the back of the lapel. So, from here, arm, under the arm, back of lapel. The other arm, underneath the arm, at the belt. Take your thigh and make your thigh a pillow for their head. This position sucks to be in. It is incredibly hard to get out of. This really is the gold nugget for judo. And if you like to play this kind of Yoko Shiho, as soon as they put their arm between your legs, you just flick the leg and then flick it back. Yeah. Incredible pin. So, those are all 5 of the pins. Questions on those 5?
Is that that's not the whole topic.
That is the first set of the 3 sets.
First set.
Good?
Yep.
You guys want to try?
Yes.
Grab a partner, have some fun.
I
Yeah.
probably would be best to sit out, but I can work it. Could be a Nikki for sure.
You got somebody to attack.
Yeah, we got some.
The hip switch was good face matching. No, that really is the best
Work?
one.
Why don't you work? Okay. I'll be your. You're in that section. You gotta walk in formally. Start with the left.
So then you just put him back how you found him. You got it. And then I'll show you pin number 2.
2 hands down.
One and this way you can place them across the space.
Back to you.
Yeah, one on the side, good. Keep the
Trying to avoid people.
over. Yes, slide this one underneath his head.
So I did that.
Try to bring that foot out here so that you can go down.
Practice this.
And of course, as he wiggles around, you are also allowed to shift around. You are allowed to shift your body too. So if you need to shift your hips,
I'm kinetic. I pick it up.
From there, you backward scoot.
This hand goes into the grab. This grab.
Up, diagonal.
When the knees are underneath.
Yeah, but on this,
Down. Forward scoop.
oh, and the knee comes down.
Down. Make sure your feet are downward and try to bring your knees up like next to shoulders.
They're both under, right?
Turn it sideways. And again, you can shift your body as you need to. If you need to sprawl your legs or what have you.
So I'm here, I grab underneath, grab, try,
Cookies.
yeah, I just took it. Remember, I was having, I started moving when my grandfather got it.
Did you cut against that?
It functions, okay. This one comes underneath.
This one?
So,
Three. Oh, pick it up first.
and take this arm, all the way around and grab.
Oh, wait.
Thigh underneath.
It's more of a total.
Freshly banana. It's probably the best carrot. And then bring both.
One around the head.
Ah.
This is the
Kata is like, every kata there's like 20 things, and there's like 3 gold nuggets in those 20 things.
I like this.
Did you put both hands, I caught it this way?
Katame? Let's identify. So the hand is here.
No, I mean, pick it up.
Yes. So you want to be able to
Straight across and out of
reverse and here.
under the legs.
I thought that. So one hand, the other way.
Under this first, but then grab the belt,
Someone doing it?
then the belt, and then hit to one side.
This is the gold medal. This is a great pin. This pin is solid.
No. So like, was it under both legs or under one? That's under one. Yeah, straight across. And then when that I think is going to go where that goes. And then
What you're missing is the first part. So the first part. So come back into Kyoshi.
oh yeah, so yeah.
Take this arm, you pick it up. Put it to the side. Bring this knee into here.
You got to squish more. You're not squishing.
Now take the belt.
Back out. Here.
Pass it through.
Back to here.
Now coming.
I don't think that you cross legs. I think it's all towards.
Third one is actually pretend I get up and walk. Okay. Because my focus is trying to see my stuff. All right. So on this one, I go from here to here.
Oh.
Comes down.
So. Arm down, then bring it up. Yeah. You grab
Your thigh
And my legs been tight, dead toes, and my head's turned to the left.
single leg.
Yep.
And then
And then I back out. And then pretend I walk.
This one under the armpit.
what are you doing? I thought it was under the arm and grab the
shoulder. Yeah. Shoulder is what they're looking for. This is what they're looking for in kata. When you are competing, take it here. Because when they try to bridge, you can post. Yeah. And then and then with kata they want speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only part about the
And this is just a start. This is just a start position. As soon as he starts moving, all bets are off. You can change it if you want.
Oh yeah. So you go under my arm and you grab it.
Just remind me that you're like not in
Yeah, so the BJJ records 100 kilos.
And then
And into arms. Second one.
and then do the exact reverse. 1, 2, pitch. Yeah, you as well. 2.
And then same thing. As soon as he starts
I'm moving a little bit.
I noticed that it was right in my eyes.
Over the top. Over the.
Your left leg is now straight So I've got to move it back down. So I got this. This. I got her hair. Sorry. I got her hair. Oh, sorry. And then you lift her and you put your knee under. Third one is.
You should have reached under this one and grabbed it. Try
So this one I'm just down here.
Knees in tight and feet dead at first. Yeah. As soon as he starts moving, if you need to work or whatever you need, you can do it.
And squish. You're not squishy enough. Squish.
Oh!
This kind of fun because it's very formal, but there's also a very real element to it.
Feels strong.
Yeah.
Left hand jabbing.
The last one is my favorite.
Right hand's on this arm, right? Left hand comes under the belt. When I stand up after Kata, do I come back like in a square or can I just angle over?
Yeah, so after he's done, which one did you just finish? Kata, so Kata Katame? So yes, you gotta come back
You got Scoogie back.
to Toma, and then from Toma you gotta go to Toma again, and then you gotta come back to Chikama again, and then you can go to Kata Katame. Kame Shimbukan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. First one is lift your arm and then right under my arm.
Well, no, that was one on four. But we're around the front.
Number 5.
That's strong right there, Andrew.
So first thing yeah. So you guys just finished Yokoshi, right? You just finished Yokoshi on this side? Okay. So you do
And I feel like
two
I
from
can
here,
get you there, but I can't.
and then you do one from here, then you do one more from here, then you do one from here, right? Yeah.
So this one is you grab the
Where are you going?
Side here, because you're gonna need to put your
Yes. Yes. I think grabbing the gear again.
It's just like it's out.
I like that one. With your neck, you know, because you could drive that even further. I think you can really tuck that in, huh?
Like a bushing.
Yeah.
back. diagonal. There's a lot of this moving on the stuff. Are you still doing the first one? Yeah. So so for the yeah, so for the fifth pin, in the way that you do it in kata, so here we are in the kata position. We're taking this arm, and then we're grabbing around the arm, and we're grabbing here. You see how tight I am here? And then from here, I'm coming inward, and I'm grabbing into here.
Reach around with your right underneath the leg.
For like actual kind of
I would grab
judo,
that.
right? So here we are, right? Next position, turning in, I got this Yoko Shio position, right?
Okay.
From here, I have a good pin. The only way for him to get out is he's going to take this arm and put between my legs to try to get out, right?
Right.
Past that leg, sorry, I pass that leg. Now as I scoop back, I'm coming back and catching on my way back. Yeah? So this way I'm going from one pin to the next pin to the next pin, just kind of laddering my way up. That's the way to naturally go from like a normal pin into this more unorthodox pin. Because, yeah.
This, I'd rather just practice.
Yeah, so this is natural side control because from here what they're usually going to do is they're kind of trying to either grab the inside of your leg, so to try to yeah, so you switch it, and now as you switch back, right?
I think that's good. And reach under and grab the belt. Yeah. Lift them up and put your knee under your head.
Yeah.
I just
So this way you've gone from that typical side control position, which everyone knows how to escape from, to Kuzure Kameshiho, which people do not get, they don't get practice escaping the pin, because this is not something
Nice.
So this one is just
Break nose.
Yes.
so
the yoga.
Yeah.
Okay, so I come in, I lift his arm, and then this that goes. My arm goes to the left.
This goes to the side first.
That goes to the side.
So this knee is going to come into you. Now we are going to grab his belt.
we go under my arm to grab
Yeah,
Now
just
you're
so.
going to take your arm underneath the buttocks, so you can pass the belt to the side.
And then
Now you're going to come underneath the neck.
I don't know if this is the
It may release all the
Oh wait, I see.
deposits if you do not do it regularly.
Yes.
Not much.
so I'm here, I come here.
I see where all the deposits release.
Sorry. I put the arm here, reach through.
Yeah, not poison.
That's the weird part is that handing the belt to yourself.
I do this.
It's the OB. Yeah. Kata is
Okay.
Alright, you guys ready to move to chokes? Alright. Choki, 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 choki. Shimewaza. Set number 2. Dos. Okay, so Vicky's out here. Poof, she's on the ground. We just finished our. So here we are. We just finished our Kuzure Kameshio Katame, right? We just finished all of that. Good. Ba-bum, ba-bum. We just finished our last pin. Now we're going to go to the chokes. Chokes. She sits up. Actually, wait. Pause that. First choke is down. Sorry. Everybody this side first. That's right. First choke's safe. All right. So up.
Don't be in the way.
45 degrees. No surprise. down, forward, forward, no surprise. Kyoshi, no surprise. Hand to the side, no surprise. Inward. Okay, first choke is a mounted choke. It is Kata Hajime. No, Kata Jujijime. Kata Jujijime. So, lapel, hand comes in tight. This hand is going to be moved to the side as we come over top. Come on around over here. Okay, so the thing to note here is that when you apply this choke, you're tipping forward. So your weight is being applied forward to apply the choke, which means that when they tap, there is a slight delay for you to release that pressure. So there's a delay between you being able to stop the choke and them signaling to stop the choke. Yeah? So if you're the person on the bottom, as soon as you feel it, tap. Because if you're waiting until you're like, oh, I'm feeling a little lightheaded, by the time they're actually able to stop the pressure, it might be late. Yeah? Yeah. So, from this position, this hand, this is an important part. The hand is going to make this rainbow motion where you're showing the back of the hand. This is important because you want to show that you're showing the back of the hand. Thumb inside, deep, and then tipping forward. Good? Questions?
What's the name again?
Kata Juji Jime. Kata would be half in this scenario. Juji cross, Jime choke. Kata Juji Jime.
Is there a certain reason why on one hand you have your fingers in and your thumb out?
Yes.
And then you have your thumb in and your fingers out?
Yes, this is Kata Juji Jime, this is Gyaku Juji Jime, this is Nami Juji Jime. So this specific one is Kata Juji Jime. The last one in this set is Gyaku Juji Jime, which you will also do. So, but this first one is this guy. Okay? So, here.
Yes, baby. I have the snackies bag. I'll get it for you. Give me just a moment.
Any questions on the chart? Okay. Very deep, hand around, thumb in, tip forward. Good? Good.
No. It is deep enough that I'm already uncomfortable by the time he gets the second hand in.
You guys are mostly Don's road crew here? Mostly? Yes, you guys are comfortable with chokes. Good. Alright. So, on the way back out, same kind of thing. As you move back out, reshape them into the positions that they should be in. Reshape, reshape, reshape. Okay, so this is where things go a little bit different. The next two chokes, she will be setting up. The upseating thing happens now. As I move this way, she sits up. Good. So, as I scoot forward, no, this is right. This one is here. This one is bent a little bit. Good. Yeah, this is right. Good. The next three are all from this position, and you will be in this position. Kyoshi, knee down. The three are Hadaka Jime, naked strangle, rear naked strangle, right? Rear naked choke. Akuri Eri Jime.
Fish down, Liz.
Need some help, Kata? You got it? I might have to help her anyway. Let me go through the next choke here, and I'll let you guys go with these two, and then I'll jump in with the next three. Okay? So let's just do Hadaka Jime real quick. So Hadaka Jime, hand, back of the wrist, top of the shoulder. This one actually is. This one's dangerous. I need you guys to all be real careful. I'm gonna let Cookie give a little safety lesson here because this one actually is a tracheal one. So very, very, very careful. This is an old world choke. So back of the wrist on the top of the shoulder, hand against hand here, head on the top of the palm, and you're gonna push a little bit on the top of the the top of your shoulder against the back of the head. From here, as you pull them backward a little bit, you will create a small amount of pressure on the trachea. This one is very, very, very dangerous. This is not a carotid choke. This is not a blood choke. This is a dangerous one. This is very, very old world and something that you need to be very careful of. I'm going to let Cookie give a little safety lesson on this. Good? Good. Thank you. Let me fix her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we all know what the airway is made of? Cartilage. Exactly. Do we all know why that's dangerous to attack?
Softer than bone.
It is, but in particular, when you break it, not only is it very hard to heal, but it splinters instead of breaking like bone, or but it also has a tendency to swell, just like soft tissue. So, with the fact that it splinters and that it swells, there's also a fun fact in that 90% of all field tracheotomies fail. So, airway, breathing, circulation is the order of things that will kill you and the order of how fast they will kill you. If you damage your airway, it will kill you likely within 3 to 10 minutes if we cannot get air into the body. That is faster than we can get an ambulance here or air into your body. Hi, by the way, I'm an ER nurse. So if you crush the trachea, it is absolutely, positively life-threatening, which is why I have a big problem if people do not listen to each other, especially with normal chokes, and especially while we're attacking the actual trachea. So, we're always listening to each other, we're always having open communication, but especially with this. Everybody's looking out for each other, because if we don't look out for each other, we have no one to play with. If we have no one to play with, we have no way to practice our favorite game. Just don't be a dick. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Thank you. Safety presentation by Nurse Kate.
Let's just do those two because they are very, well, one of them is pretty simple and the other one is very dangerous, and I want to focus on just that one, and then we'll move on to the last three. Good? Good.
So you're laying down.
I got a little more speed out of it than it was like I've got it. I told you I have to. This is I have to practice. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So pretend I walked over and scooted in. All right. Let me take my way through this.
Left hand across. Nice.
Okay. So this is.
This one.
And then as you tip forward, you'll come
Put the arm out of the way.
Here.
Back the knee and grab
Here.
the lapel with this hand and then feed it, right? So it is this, and then this one goes over. I'm just starting. I'm just starting. So it's feed deep to here. Okay.
and use this hand to clear that one side as you bring your left hand.
Okay, and this position, I'm so high on him, my knees don't touch. So can I?
Yeah, you'll be able to strap.
Is there a particular position that my knees don't touch?
You can probably push
And then you move.
Okay. Yeah. So then I'm
Right
going
hand.
to do that.
Thumb very. Yeah. And now from here,
Yeah.
as you tip forward,
Get all the
will
way,
come on.
no, all the way
And
across.
I am not going to apply
Up off.
it because
All the way down. I would move
only
the
5
arm.
years younger than I am. Okay.
Very kind of you.
I was feeling that.
You already feeling it. I watched your eyes.
I was on the way out.
Yeah.
Thumb's super.
And then I
This one you just
Out.
put your hand on top.
put it here, put it here, scoot, the back scoot.
Tip back.
Like
You'll
the
feel
toes
like
go
you're
against the
crushing this. Right. Yeah.
Is it? Is the head to your
Okay,
left?
I just have to start practicing.
The head is right to the side.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
almost,
this
almost like
one
you're
right
putting your
here.
head on the shoulder,
Okay.
or like on the hand. Yeah.
Yoshi, and then I do the scoot, both knees down.
Alright,
Sweet.
so I
You
think
best off tapping the person.
Here, and again, this is hard as I'm
Counting them down to be very
My head is here, push,
I just want to
fingers back and push forward. That is parasympathetic.
That's how you'll be able to get your shoulder under the
Go, no, go for it. So we just. Got to say form that.
You both got a chance to do both of them?
I do.
And definitely don't apply these. Okay, I'll just be in position.
Okay, once everybody's had a chance to do them both, let me know. Cookie. Let's go for the next two. Okay, so after Hadaki Jime, we're going to do Okuri Eri Jime. Very similar in nature, same position. So, Okuri Eri Jime. Okuri Eri Jime, from underneath, grabbing the lapel, opening the lapel up, coming up very high on the lapel. This one is against the carotid arteries, so no risk of the windpipe. Again, the head is going to come very close to the shoulder. So I'm bringing my face very close here. Off to the far lapel. So I'm moving from this lapel to the other lapel. And I am going to pull across here and down here. Yeah? So this lapel is coming across, and this lapel is coming down. Okay? So open, up high, head in tight, across and down. Questions?
Is it legal to interpret with the braid?
I think they'll reach that far now.
No, but you see it happen in women's judo all the time. So, yeah. Defenses. A couple things. Hadaka Jime. Defense for Hadaka Jime. Grab this sleeve with both hands. Pull it like you're climbing a rope. So, yeah. Just pull it like you're climbing a rope until you're like turned into them. Same thing with a Koryeri Jime. From this position, grab that sleeve, pull it like you're climbing a rope. Good? Last one, Kata Hajime. So, Kata Hajime. Open the door. Open the lapel here. Get your arm very high again. The difference is, in this case, we're going to take this hand and we are going to take the hand and bring the back of the hand behind the back of the head. Do not come behind the head this way. Come behind the head this way. Also, turn your body and put them to the ground behind you. So, come on around this way. For Kata Hajime in Katame no Kata. So from here, we take this sleeve, we turn it open, we take the back of the hand, and we put it behind us. The defense for Kata Hajime. Here, take your own arm, grab your own hand with your hand, and pull it downward. Easy defense. Okay. Questions on Okuri Erijime or Kata Hajime?
I've seen some people lift kind of far out with their left hand, or can you just slide straight down? I know Big Long always had his hand way out there, and I'm like,
the big thing with Kata for Kata Hajime is making sure that you're bringing them to the side with it, and not that you're trying to come like backward or like laterally with it.
Okay.
That you're actually opening up. Do you need to come out first to do it? Not necessarily. The important thing again is that the back of the hand is coming behind the head and not the front of the hand.
The reason I was given it, it's easier to stoop. If they resist, if they resist, it's easier to stoop on the arm versus this.
Perhaps. Try it like this. Try getting just the back of the hand, even if it's here, and then try turning. And you'll notice that it sneaks in very easily. Good. Lastly, one more from the mounted position. Any questions on those two? Okay. So, mounted position, again, we come back. From here, I stand up. She lays back down. Last one for the mounted position, and the last of the chokes, is Gyaku Jujijime. To the side. This should look pretty normal. You guys just did one almost identical to this. Open, hand in deep, look pretty normal, right? Move the hand to the side, come over to the top, look pretty normal, right? This time, knife hand, fingers inward, okay? From here, you're going to fall to the side. It is important to keep them to the side and not let them come up on top. It's important to keep them to the side. Keep them to the side and hug them to your chest. Using the back of the hands, hug them inward, rotating the hands inward to your chest. This is where the choke will come on. Questions? Okay. Back up. Again, we reset the person as we go. That's 5 chokes. 5 pins, 5 chokes. Good? Okay. Have fun. You just did the last 3. You guys already did the first 2.
no, let me do the little sip.
Just
Right hand rotates.
That was a little bit. Okay, so the first one, the second one that we did is this one. This one now is I'm here, my feet here, up, I come up. I'm not going to apply real hard. Okay, I come up as high as I can. Okay. And
Yeah.
cross.
Do you ready to post?
Down.
Let's do the same thing. Sorry, is it open the door?
Next one is
Open the door.
I come up.
Bring it back.
Up. Again, I'm not going as deep as I possibly can. Okay. Here.
Good.
And
Last
then
You only have that.
slide down.
you're like
This.
like you're most surprised to that.
I have to say yes. I just can't. Okay, all right, so this was under our wall. Was that, was under our wall. And then, again, I'm not gonna find any I love
I don't know why they start with their
It's not the hand on the house position. Switch up because
all right, you wanna do all five?
if I don't take really things that really.
That was quick.
Why are you coming down?
So on the last one, he didn't do that sweep. He put his left hand in, and then he just went across.
This next position.
Where are you?
It's almost like you're carrying them into the
Right. You want, I want your knuckles on the ground. Then roll to that.
And go some.
With you, and then forward to your head.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be going first.
That's what I've been saying.
Scoot that way.
So, typically have in this position because you start to hook, and that's what causes the movement to the side. So from here, the walk happens, and stick with those hands. That's the
No, you feed it. This hand grabs the lapel, and then that's what.
Yeah. Before I climb over?
Yeah, you get the hand in position.
Sorry?
My elbows in the
So the hook happens every time you hook.
Then your left foot back of the hand, put it behind his head.
like that. I think that
Last set is arm locks. So we have 5 pins, 5 chokes, 5 arm locks, and that's the Katame no Kata.
It'll be all you need in life.
Your passport to the new world. Alright, you guys ready to do some arm lock stuff? Sure. Good. Alright, so Cookie will do the arm locks. So back into the standard position. So we just finished our final choke, right? So here we are. We just finished our final choke. Right? We put her back. We just finished our final choke. Now we're into our arm locks. There are technically there are 4 arm locks and 1 leg lock. The Katame no Kata makes up one of 2 sets of the Randori no Kata. There's the Nage no Kata, which is the forms of throws, and there's the Katame no Kata, which is the forms of grappling. They make up the Randori no Kata, which is the forms of free practice, which is ironic because Ashigarami, which is a leg lock, is actually banned from Randori. So there is an element of, irony mixed into this. Anyhow. So,
We like to call it an element of realness.
right. Okay. So, the forms come off of a few different things that happen when you're moving them around. So we know that as we're moving, one of the things that happens often is we move this person and we scoot in, right? So the first arm lock happens when they reach with this hand. The second one happens when we move in and they reach with this hand. And the third one happens when we move in and they reach to this side. So it gives us a few different options of what's happening when they're moving towards us. Okay? So the first, when we're here, we've moved this arm, we're looking to move into a pin, and this arm shoots up. The first one is ude-garami. We catch, we fall into this position, and ude-garami is applied. So, ude-garami. Catching, the other hand falls behind, at the wrist, torqued upward, and in. Questions? Anybody never done ude-garami before? No? Good? Okay. Put our partner back. Good. The next one. We're moving in, they reach straight up. Juji Katame. Questions? No? Okay. This one's also the most awkward to get back out of. Good. Ude-gatame. One of the more unseen of the judo arm locks. Taking your shin, blocking at the hip and waist, catching at the shoulder clavicle area at the neck, pinning the arm there, taking the elbow, rotating the elbow, and applying pressure against it. Fingers interlocked. Questions? Those are the 3 arm locks from this position. Have fun.
So we can't keep saying never know.
Okay.
You happen to be down.
Okay.
I want the left hand on his wrist.
And now. And you up.
Oh.
And try to is this Coach Chimney? This one. I was trying to remember this. It was ude-garami.
And arm lock that you can always keep adjusting.
Yeah, because the next one's the close one. We're going to go back. Got it. Coach. Okay. So you reach upward. Grab it.
So this one is here.
Second one.
A little bit. Going down here. Outs.
That one will come up
Might come in too.
Okay. And then this one you reach this way. Here.
Here.
Oh.
take your elbow, put it against
so
your
big.
ear.
Yeah, I would probably go like this.
And slide down, slide everything down.
Oh, I would climb on.
No, not your butt, your arms. Slowly, slowly, slowly.
And you're okay?
Good. So now you're far away from her shoulder.
No, reach.
She reaches up, she reaches forward. And grab that leg is going to circle over and over. You're going to sit back. Hold everything in. That was. I don't think you need the leg over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost tight before when you get into there, I start screaming, and the drum caps over. Okay, second one, ready?
Pinch everything together. It's good. It's good.
You'll want this one underneath the red. It's going to be awkward enough to get back out into position afterwards, even from there. Having both legs over and getting out of position is a sheer.
So this push it down or put it here, squeeze everything together. You're better off if you're push this. A little bit more push. More push. Yeah, so
What's that actually? I have short arms and
squeeze
you
it together,
have my
push
arms.
it, and then hold it, hold the wrist. So the goal is
That's what's going to stop the body from hurting your box. All right. Which one?
tap him.
Yeah. Remember, there's always a couple gold nuggets. And that's going to reach over the left.
Towards the other side. Exactly what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Get your knee on her belly. Then both hands on stick them for the elbow.
No, you just
slow.
yeah, it's like here, behind them, and then reach up, and then get it back out. Super awkward. Super awkward.
So here's the question. Again, if you run around here, I come down. Do I always open?
Yeah, you always go to that Kyoshi
And
position.
then
You always go to like this Kyoshi position for like that like formal photo, like they're starting another picture, right? And then you move in to like do your stuff. Okay, it's always like mechanics, step 5, choosing an alternator. Right? Now here's how to do the alternator. Okay. Alright, final two. The next one, Ude Shigi Hiza Katame. So another one of the gold nugget ones. So this one's incredible. This is actually one of like my go-to moves for like Newaza Randori. If you guys have done Newaza Randori with me, I've probably caught you with this at some point. So okay, so this position actually starts from here. So let's go back to where we were with so here we are back in. Let's go back actually to where we were. So you're down, and we just finished our. Yeah. Okay. So we just finished where we were. We just finished Tegatame. Right. So okay. So here we are. All right. And we just finished Tegatame. We finished ha. Right. Okay. Okay. So we just finished Udi and Shigi Tegatame. Okay. So I come back to the Toma position. I move back over here. She circles up in that fancy little way into Kyoshi. Here we are, Kyoshi to Kyoshi. Okay? So, from this position, we engage in standard sleeve and lapel position. This is the set for Udiyoshigi Hizugatame. This is the only part in Katame no Kata that does this. To do this form, I'm going to wrap this arm into my armpit, catching her wrist in my armpit. I then am going to take the arch of my foot, block at her knee, and fall backward. I then am going to take the arch of my foot, put it into the small of her back, push down. I'm going to take my hand that's on the back of her elbow, and I'm going to take the side of my knee, and I'm going to push the back of my hand into the back of her elbow and arm lock her elbow. I'm going to apply the arm lock using the side of my knee. Udiyoshigi Hizugatame. It is a very good one. It is a solid arm lock. It is a little gold nugget. It works incredibly well. And if I've done randori with you guys on the ground, at some point I probably caught you guys with this on accident, or even just for fun. So this is a great one. This one's a ton of fun. And next time you do randori, you will catch somebody with this. Good? All right, have fun.
We start from the Kyoshi position.
I'm gonna take it easy, but
Yeah, so here.
draw me into it.
And
Sit back.
here. Like, put that in here. Right.
Left foot on his small of his back. Yeah, your elbow or your hand should be in the elbow.
We both need our arms.
You can. Okay. The important part is that you have this, and then you're applying pressure to the back of the so yeah, with this. Yeah.
So we start from this.
If you want, I could do this one.
Rob, that's good.
Rob, find that. Then go to the face to the right here.
Make sure you use like the ball of the foot, really like press down on the down there.
Yeah.
So that you can use that to push on that. Yeah. Yeah. Really step on that.
Elbows a little bit more flexible than your abs there. So,
Put in the small
maybe press a little bit.
Yeah, so this one's solid. Yeah, like as soon as you get like a you press it down and you just fall back.
Remember the knee.
There you go.
I was too close to you.
You were too close.
See, the funny thing is, that's not mine at all. It's like plastic, like from like 1900s. You know what I mean?
Kata.
Push him up. We usually toss
Forget
him.
how to get out of Udiyoshigi.
For Kata.
Oh, afterwards?
Yeah.
You basically are just kind of sitting back up together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Shove him off.
yeah. Buy a beer together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes.
Put on the back of my
If you're too high, you're going to be on her shoulder. You need to be on her elbow.
Is your knee on my elbow?
Yeah.
And then the target will put our hand here and put it on.
That's more effective.
This is Kata.
I was wondering, I was like,
Yeah, you want to. That way you're already prepped for it. Yeah, so you're prepped for it. So as you're falling into it, you basically are already stuck. Yeah. Got it.
I was just exaggerating. Got it. Oh, that was
if you did push it out, I think the more aggressive push. He wants to
No,
roll
I don't
back.
think it was very much either. But I
Sorry.
think he did.
You're doing what you're doing. That's right.
What about the elbow?
Yeah, I think it's.
It's interesting, man. I like just doing it with
Yeah,
the elbow,
yeah.
I mean, the knee.
That works too.
And that's it. And it doesn't listen.
I like your girl.
I feel like I should like.
We're having a hard time controlling him on the way down here. He's up
He's a
Here.
That's why we always call it
What do you do different?
knee.
What felt different?
Push up with your. Oh.
I know, it's just that part of what it is my knee doesn't crack.
I think you controlled the
So I've got to put my foot here.
Okay, that's better. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're allowing him to get
for my
away.
knee to do that.
That's better.
He said small of the back, but my knee doesn't reach.
Right. Right.
From the small of the back. Adjustments for short people against the bigger.
Yeah.
I always
Push on your own hand with your
worry about
If he's being on the side,
with that injury. I always had to scoop away their body.
I'm not sure about that.
They're like
I just be careful. Yeah, just be careful with the elbow. This arm got injured back 4 years ago.
This was a good one too.
A bit more straight.
Right, that's, I'm trying to remember.
yeah. Oh no, I'll post the video so that and then I'll reference that. All right, you guys ready to do the last one? Last one. The one that's not actually legal to do in judo. Ashigarami, which is a leg lock, ironically. So it is from a bad tomonagi. The easiest thing to do is just don't do a bad tomonagi. Just do a good tomonagi, and you won't have to do it. Right? Just don't do tomonagi. Just do a soto, and then your problems are solved. Right? So, Ashigarami. It's the only thing from standing. So here we are. Let's go back to where we were. So here we are. We just finished Katame. So from here, the next step, we go to standing. It's the only standing technique in Katame no Kata. It's also the only one that comes from a tachi-ai position. It comes from a bad tomonagi. So I apply a bad tomonagi. Bad tomonagi. From here, we scoop in. We encircle from inside. So you can already see where the leg lock is going to be. Right? You can already see there's a problem here that the leg is locked around here, and that I have encircled the leg. Already not allowed in randori or shiai. Right? Already a problem in judo. So, the next step for Ashigarami is to take this foot, take here, push the leg outward so that uke falls to their face. Good. Then apply a leg lock. we have a leg lock here?
If you stabilize my ankle just a touch more, but that's because I'm naturally flexible.
Okay.
Normal people have a leg lock at this point.
Okay, good. So, be careful, right? The big things to be careful of, especially talk to your uke, is when you push out on that leg, let them do a face fall naturally and softly. That's where one of the problems can occur. And of course, also when you start pushing on that leg, that's also where something can occur, right? So, okay. The only thing that's not actually allowed in Randori or Shiai in Katame no Kata, that guy, is the only ban technique in Judo from the first 2 katas that you will learn in your Judo career. Good? Any questions on Ashigarami? You guys need to see it again. You want to see it again? Yes. Okay. So, again, very slowly. Okay, here we are. Tachiai. Bad Tomonagi. Ha. Scoot in deeper so that you can get your leg around their leg. Good? Take your other foot on their leg. Yeah, try not to push on the knee. Try not to push on the knee. Take on their leg, push their leg outward so that they will fall onto their face. Make sure that they're doing a proper break fall, probably under the forearm. That way they're not getting hurt. And then pushing on their leg, you will be able to apply a leg lock. You should be able to. If not, it's probably that this leg is not turned enough or that your leg is too low, too high, what have you. I wouldn't put a whole lot of effort into this. It's not something you're going to be allowed to do. It's not something you should probably put a lot of time and effort really into learning too much. This is one of those forms that you do to pass a test. Good? Yeah. Questions? Good? Okay. That's the last one, and then you're done with Katame no Kata. Well, it's kind of like left, right, square. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Where's our daughter?
You want me to do this one with that was really bad. Usually you have to put on
Working together, right? This is a cut. So because not everyone now I know.
You tuck it in front of it.
Everybody's not. So
I don't usually touch it much with the
because you know
I
what?
gotta do it bad.
I think you can put the
A little longer, and you can take a natural face.
Go from there. Now do it.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
So you want to hold on, not his elbow, his leg is what
There you go. There you go. Sure. It's Ashigurumi. It's allowable as much. It's allowable as much as Ashigurami is allowable, which is not at all. So sure.
proper get up out of this.
Yeah.
Jab in the ribs.
Is she gonna pull that?
Huh?
I don't do like
Push that into her belly a little bit. And I'm not really proficient in this technique. So you're going to try and extend your leg and
Katame no Kata. Yeah, it's fun. It's it's weird. It's a mix of like super practical stuff, and then like really gold nugget stuff, and then some oddball things that you'll never use. It's such a weird combination of bits.
Alright.
Yeah, yeah, like that one. And I really like the arm lock where you're using the knee on the other. That one's really good for me.
Did not work.
Yeah, there's just a few of them that are like just
It doesn't feel great. All this
They said you're supposed to
There's a couple things that are like also
I would get the ankle. There you go.
That one can be super tight. It's you don't realize that like this spinning thing.
Yeah,
The hand
I
is just
had-
a lot. You don't really need to
felt
push up or push.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't get you before you finished. Let's try that again.
Did you try it? Yeah, if you spin with them, you can really get it down. Sure.
Oh, awful. That was horrible. Although it's not good to do. Get really good one from here because now I have to go around.
Nope.
Oh, that's right.
That one is much more. That's stronger with the flat ball. So like if you
Sorry.
so if you flat like this, this is very good.
Is that you? Here. Did the second one work or is that Katame? Yeah. It's not a great one.
There's not a lot when they're
So,
flat that are really good.
standing.
That was better.
Yeah.
When you added
You gotta get the knee down. It's a knee twister.
Yeah. The fun stuff. Hey, this is, I mean, yeah, this is
I like that attitude.
I mean, I'm just trying, but by the way, this is really
Yeah. I got an pawn with this one time. You're not supposed to be able to.
Put your foot over into a straight.
you guys do different types of the ones that go over
Yeah, the other one. Oh, you want to get rid of it. Yeah, that'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, my daughter
Yeah.
used to go to university and since I did it
I'll stand up higher. There we go. But now I have to go forward. So hopefully we won't mess up your biggies.
I'm trying not to break your neck.
Yeah. I'm trying not to break your foot or leg. So,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so they did a lot of that.
Police shooter has all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
so we go back.
especially
Go back.
Katame, jujitsu.
So the key to this one is to
You would think
push my. I want to get my knee going, and then just pull this down. Yeah.
also judo, it just has like a lot of its forms are like,
It's a twist.
you know, it's like
It just feels like a good
someone
stretch.
throws a throw a punch and the punch is stopped and then to throw another strike.
It's hard to
It sounds just like
I think I've seen some of that.
No, no, no. It's like there'll be some.
Okay, you're down.
They'll be like.
I think if I did that to you.
Uh,
Well, no, anything. Oh. That doesn't even make sense.
Okay.
So there'll be one like
First one.
No, my toe caught.
Toe caught.
You pulled on me and my whole foot moved. And my big toe.
that'll come to like a temple, right? There'll be one like that, right? And the judo approach will be as it comes in, it'll come here, it'll be like a choke. Right? It'll be like some kind of like hinges or some kind of
Pull this up.
right? Or there'll be let me think of another like
To the face.
You know what I mean? So I'm keeping the knee up
Let's look at her knee.
so that I can
So her knee
Get some-
naturally bends this
push
way.
it down.
So I want you to
You have
shove her that way.
Was that more of a heel one? That was more of a heel?
Shove her that way until her leg is
Okay. I'm trying it up. It looks like if I can get it.
they look like they're
so.
they look like
What I want you to do is press her
kind of thing. Like stuff that
that way.
Now it's still on the ankle?
This. So
Okay.
I need you to add more.
Yeah, it's hard to really get the knee locked.
So I'd like you to put your arm under.
Get the knee locked.
Well, extending, which is going to put this more pressure on your leg, almost like that. Oh, we can get there. Try. I know.
I'm not gonna do that to myself.
Yes. First eye out. This way.
Or if I'm doing this, I'm
First eye. No,
something that I never have.
To extend.
Unless I just.
And
But you also turn your
She's
arms
gonna
like
come out, I'm gonna get a picture of this while you're here.
and oh yeah, flatten out. I hear that.
Good, and you? Good. Yeah.
I think the problem is the way you
My friends are staying with
Yeah. Keep working. Can't take it. Just can't take it. You'll keep us out of here. So, while you push, go out that.
Yeah, those fingers. That, you know.
How to manage something else.
That's what they do.
How come you don't do that? Keeping my knees on that stuff. I don't see you doing that. My knee is better. I want to do it all the time.
I think if we get
Just hold the ankle. Just push your knee down and bring this back. So it's one way, two way actually. Trying to twist it that way.
My arm is actually up here.
Hold your knee off the ground.
where are you going?
Now,
He's going away.
you can bring it down more.
Getting out of here. Hey, you look like a little.
How have you been since?
Like, I've seen Elizabeth in the exact position.
You know, I got
You're so out of position. You're making up a new thing
and I
right
got
now.
both boots in.
Just grab the chest and start moving.
After I got everything and I was totally in the clear, then I got the whole. Yep.
Okay, I think we need to come out because
Yep.
Kevin's running late.
All right. All right. Let's rock and roll, guys.
We're gonna bow out and get pictures.
Okay, so thank you guys for coming and attending this quick and dirty Katame no Kata clinic. I recorded everything, so I will upload it along with like the official like Kodokan like Katame no Kata breakdown of everything. Because we went through everything super fast and probably way too quick to remember every single part. But this way you'll have a chance to go over it again in case you want to go over it again and find all those little nuts and bolts that you might want to revisit. Okay. Thank you guys again.
Thank you. Let's bow out.
No, I think it's here. There we go. You gotta get him ahead of me. Here, there we go.
I left my shoes over there. I gotta go get
Yeah,
my
I
shoes.
gotta get my shoes in.
Kill screen. Show me knee. Right. Sensei knee. Right. Senpai knee. Right.
He still does this.